Hello everybody, welcome to Project Beauty, where we talk about project panning and everything beauty related. My name is Jen. So today is a little bit chaotic. I am very busy, but I wanted to get this uploaded because I don't know when I'm going to have time to film next, and I need to make sure this gets up on time, which is today, the 28th of May. I cannot believe it. Okay, this is Throwback 30 Project Pan. This was created by Jessica Lee, and I think Cece or Amanda. I can't remember. So please go to the Fantastic Ladies group and check that out. I meant to do this like 2 updates ago and I still haven't, and it's gonna end in July, and I'm probably not gonna look by that point either. I'm gonna be completely honest. So I'm just gonna tell you when this runs. It goes from July 28th of last year to July 28th of 2023. And I'm going to update you on all of the project prompts that I have. So I brought every single prompt in the beginning so that I could take part in every single project because I wanted to support the other panners. And I wanted to also get as many items out as I could. Now, out meaning complete it, hit my goals, or declutter the item because it's something I'm no longer using. So let's go ahead and talk about the items that are left over in the project. I'm not sure how many I have. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 prompts. So let's go ahead and talk about those left over out of the 30. So the first one is for 4 Seasons Project Pan, and the prompt I selected was for fall. And I wanted to use my lipsticks from MAC, and this was in the shade Bronx, and this is in the shade Diva. Now Bronx I have on my lips right now. I don't really use it that often, unfortunately. I feel like these are, again, fall colors, so right now I'm not really grabbing toward these. And this one is Diva, which you can see I still have lots. It's kind of sweating because of the temperature change right now. So yeah, Diva has 13 uses. I don't think I used it since the last update, to be honest. And Bronx has, let's see, 10, 23 uses. So obviously you can tell I like a neutral color better than a bold or like vampy lip anymore. So I'm not really sure if I'm gonna keep Diva. My head tells me like, keep it, it's really pretty. It's like, you should have it because otherwise if you don't have one, you may need to buy one later. When am I gonna wear it? Like what, like literally in almost a year, let's say 9 months, because I'm not counting right now. I've used it 13 times. I still have, it's going to take me like probably 50 times to complete it. So, and I have still other lipsticks that are vampy like this. So maybe I just throw it in my back to MAC pile because I still want to recycle. Just because the back to MAC program is not there anymore doesn't mean I don't want to recycle. So I might do that. We'll see. But Bronx I love. I will keep, and I will probably put it in an upcoming project in the future. Probably toward like the end of the year, maybe next year. I'm not really sure. So I haven't really thought that far ahead because this project isn't even over yet. But yeah, 23 uses on Bronx and 13 uses on Diva. So that one still continues. The next is for 50 Shades of Pink, which I never got to take part of when it was like first came out. And of course it is a pink item. Now I went with the Makeup Geek eyeshadow single in the shade Razzleberry. I have decluttered that. So I have thrown it out already. I've only used it 4 times. It was a shade that totally spoke to me when it came out. I had a good dip going in it, and I thought for sure I could get use out of it. And I do love the color still, but the formula has since changed and it is no longer good. It's very dry. It's like a beautiful, like bright red / melon kind of mixed color with like gold flecks or whatever in it. And I'm like, I like the color. I don't like the fact that there's little like specks of glitter in the eyeshadow. They just fall off all over my face. And if I'm going to use a glitter, it's going to be an indie. Like it's going to be something that's like metallic, or not metallic, or maybe metallic, but it's going to be like a multi-chrome or duochrome or something like sparkly and fun, not like glitter. So we're going to move past that because I've decluttered it. The next is for 7 Deadly Pans, and I went with something for Sloth, and that of course is something super slow. So I piled everything. I'm gonna go with this one here for Too Faced Little Black Book of Bronzers, and the shade I selected was Endless Summer, which is right here. And there is quite a bit of use. I know you can kind of tell there's like some kick up in the pan. Basically what I do is I just swirl my brush in most of these, or mostly these two, depending on which project I'm really aiming for. And I mean, I have to weigh this as like one palette. And just so you guys know, like at the end of 2023, no matter what progress I get on this, whether I hit pan or not, it will be going in the garbage because it is so old and gross, and I shouldn't be putting it on my face, but I couldn't help myself because I put the money out and I didn't want to get rid of something that was literally brand new. I barely even touched it before this year, so, or I guess last year, because that's when I started using it. But it's ridiculous that I put so much money out for this, and all of these are good. Every single one of these are good. I love every bronzer in here. I think this one's my favorite. So I think if I were to, I would probably repurchase this, just the single, because I really love it. Sorry, my ear got itchy for a second. Yeah, so that's that one. The next is for Alice in Wonderpan, and the prompt I selected was Cheshire Cat, which is a lippy item. And I went with the Lancome Juicy Tubes Lip Gloss in Spring Fling, and this is where we are now. Whoop, whoop. So we're really making some good progress. I definitely see a good amount down from last month. I wanted to get it down this much, but unfortunately it was just like the first couple. And so I still have a good 2 to 3 months use on this, but it is narrowing, but it's still chubby in the bottom. So I'm like, I gotta hurry up, but it's like a slant and it's narrow. So like maybe this will be 2 months, but I don't want to put the pressure. I just want it done by the end of July. What are we, May? So June, July, I need to get it done in 2 months. This will be my lip focus. I need to get this done before the end of the project. Okay, so I have a total of 99 uses on this item. 99 uses. Like, look at all these tickies. And I have to like squish the 100 in there because there's no room. 90, no, that's wrong. That's 109 uses, because this is 100 right here, and this is now an extra 9. So 109 uses. Wow. So this is definitely worth the money, but at the same time, too sticky. I did not enjoy wearing that. The only reason I'm using it is because I have it, and it's like a Lancome item is expensive, and I used it once or twice and I didn't want to pass it along to someone else. So I was like, I guess I'm using it now, so I won't repurchase. Let's just put it that way. The next one is for Birthstone Beauty, and the prompt I selected is May. It's my mother's birthstone, and May is an emerald. What a gorgeous color. And I selected the JD Glow eyeshadow in Seaweed because, hello, that is very green, and also teal. I'm not sure if you can probably see that there, teal and green. Anyway, I selected that one, and I've only used it 5 times, and I want to use it 30. That was like a lofty goal for me for something that is green and blue that I rarely wear, and especially with summer, I know I'm not gonna hit those uses. So any use is good to me. I'm actually really happy that I even used it 5 times, and there's like a teensy little dip going in the center, which makes me really happy. So the fact that I know I've used it makes me happy. Next we have drop 10 before summer, and the prompt is a summer themed item, and I went back into my Too Faced little black book of bronzers, and I went with Sun Bunny, which is this one, which is why I use these two together. This is literally my favorite, and you can just see like how much of a dip, especially on this side, such a huge dip going in that. Oh my goodness. That one is the only one that I think if I really pushed, I could probably hit pan on, because it is the only one with a significant dip other than this one up here. So we'll see how that goes. I'm probably not going to get to that before the end of July, but maybe by the end of the year. Next is the Harry Potter and the Pan of Fire, and the prompt I selected is Bludger, something that is black. And I went with my Tarte, what is this called now? Bling It On Amazonian Clay Blush Palette. These are so old. I'm sure none of you recognize this. It's so old. I wish Tarte came out with palettes like this again, because I love the size. It fits perfect in my Alex 9 drawer for like folding and like putting upright. And also I love the pan sizes. I think this is the perfect like blush palette. I'm sorry, my thoughts are just not with me right now, but all the colors in here are gorgeous. I especially love these two, and this one, just perfect. But I have been enjoying all of them, and it's nice to actually see a little bit of the imprint kind of getting blurred. Like you can actually, when you look at it in person, you can physically see the disturbance in the pan, which is making me very happy. Now my goal was to use that 50 times 50. And we have 10, 20, 30, 44. Oh, I only need to use this 6 more times. Okay, I'll be focusing on that one too. Yeah, that's very exciting. I did not know I was that close. Next, we have I Heart the 90s, and that prompt is Smells Like Teen Spirit, a scented item. And I went with my Katy Perry Meow perfume. You guys know I've been trying to get this out for so long, and it's done. Yay! We have nothing left in here. And this is where we were at the last update, and this is where we are now. So excited. I have a full-size perfume empty. That makes me so stinking happy. Where are we now? Okay, we are at lip service. The prompt is set your own goals with the products, which I love that idea. Basically just all one kind of style. Do whatever you want for the prompts, whatever you want for usage. I love that. So I decided to go with the Sephora lip cream and liquid, or lip, my goodness, Sephora cream lip stain. Wow. It's basically a liquid lipstick, and it's in the shade 72. And I would probably say it's kind of similar to Bronx, but it's a little more like concealer lips and also more gray toned. So this was way leaning cool. I like it, but I haven't really used it in a while, and I have 14 uses on it, so I really need to get at least a couple more. Then we have Mean Girls quotes, and the prompt I selected is on Wednesdays we wear pink. And the reason for that is I wanted to use my JD Glow eyeshadow in AKA, which is right here. And I don't even think I've used this in a while. I wanted to get 15 uses and I've got 5. Like, I'm really not putting the effort out on it. And I'm not sure if it's something that I want to hang on to. I'm really trying to think, like, it's pretty. It is really, really pretty, honestly. But I don't know. Is it my style? I'm not sure. I'm not really sure about that one. I'll keep it in my collection for a bit, but it might be one of the first ones to be decluttered. And then we have That's Expensive. The prompt is, of course, your most expensive item. It doesn't have to be high end. It just has to be the most expensive of, say, a category or out of your collection or out of your drugstore items. Something that's most expensive. And I went with my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit in the shade, or in Sculpture. I don't know if that's a shade. Maybe that's a shade, but it says Sculpture, so we're just going to go with the palette name. And this is what it looks like. I have so far used this 27 times. I haven't used it in a couple months, though. I will be completely honest. I am trying to focus on other things, and this is just not the thing that I'm focusing on. Now, I would consider traveling with this, but I'm okay to have this just go back into my collection and use other things, because I am trying to use, like, what do I have in here? There's a bronzer, which, hello, I'm trying to use this up. I have finishing powders, which I have already being used, and like a couple blushes. So in all honesty, like, I am using stuff in other categories, like, or I guess same categories, but like other items. And I just feel like I haven't been grabbing toward this, and I probably won't that much by the end of the project. But we'll talk about the last item, and then, yeah. The last project I have is This Is Fantasy, and the prompt is Cyclops, which is, of course, a single item, or a single eyeshadow. And I decided to go with the Makeup Geek eyeshadow in Glamorous. And I had used this 6 times, but I have since decluttered that as well. So most of my Makeup Geek eyeshadows have been decluttered. I maybe have a handful or so left. And those are mostly like brow bone highlights, inner corner highlights, those kind of things. Things that I feel like will get used that were more new when I bought them, as opposed to like things that I bought when the brand first came out that are way older. So I'm just trying to get rid of things in my collection that I'm just sort of hoarding for no reason. So that is everything. I am really going to try to get at least this empty, and I don't even know what else I could try to reach my goal on, except for my blush palette for 4 uses. I could definitely even, could I do that by the end of this month? No, probably not. So I could probably do that in June, but yeah, it would be so easy to get 4 uses. Like, these are beautiful blushes. So I will definitely do that. And I think that's it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the Fantastic Ladies group. And in the future, if you are so interested to be a member and you sign up, you can vote on which projects that you want to see in the future Throwback 30s, which is really fun. It's more like interactive, and I just think it's a really fun idea to get to select like the ones that you want to see in there. So yeah, I really appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. I hope you are having a fabulous weekend, and I will see you in the next video. Bye everyone.